dafa lañu rek ñeneen ñi ci société bi lu ñuy def ñun tamit the same thing. So foog naa ne ku nga xam ne doo dee dégga wala yàlla dafa jàpp sa bot yi wala sa tànka yi yàlla daf ko jàppa soo amee good education sa mbokkay jàppale la in the future di nga am progress. I'm very sure of that. So advice ma am mooy ne nañ try ñu yóbbu leen school ñu yóbbu leen skill center ñu train su ko defee ñu am ak ñeneen ñi nga xam ne lañu rawut lañu raw ñu nga xam ne lañu raw luñ mën a def disabled tamit mën nañ koo def. So dafa depend on the training and the education. So early education bu ñu am mooy education si njëlbeen ma dina leen jàppale torop. Dañoo fail. So it's very important parents you support them.
The parents are not with the children forever. What about if they pass away and they didn't educate their children? It will be more burden to the society. And you know what, if you educate persons with disability, they will perform well. Educate persons with disability, show them the right thing. Some are having problems because they were not treated well, and they are not giving them the right thing to do, thinking that, well, you have a disability, you should be relegated and be catered for. That's not the issue. So if you've grown up with that, you continue like that. But for me, my parents, they told me, this is not good, this is good. You have to share. But sometimes persons with disability think if they share, it's a problem. Most of them cannot share what they have because they were not trained to share.
Children are children with what it takes to acquire skills, to acquire book knowledge and other skills. What they need to do is to put good systems. You have Kampama School, you have the school for the deaf. The is best to provide access to these physically disabled persons to get into schools and other institutions. Would either go through the formal school education through secondary or to the skill training centers and so skill training centers, and this government has provided opportunity.
So all parents should try by all means to cater for their children. That's obvious, but to train them also good morals. Let them know that they are part and parcel of society. Give them better education. Tell them that in the future you will be a father or a mother.
We sensitize the training institution to encourage them to enroll as many as possible disabled persons or persons with disability in their training institutions.
We must see people with physical disability as part of the society, as part of the groups that all educational institutions are here to help as far as the Vision 2020 is concerned, which is to develop a proper human resource base for the Gambia. And the fact that somebody is disabled does not mean they cannot learn. It simply means they may have other challenges that they are dealing with. Now, training institutions, if we have this at the back of our minds, we need to first come up with policies within our various institutions that will ensure that disabled people are included in our planning, which is provide access to the institutions. We must consider them in our admissions processes. and be sure that disabled people are included. As the students go through their programs, just as we struggle to look for placement for people with ability, we should also look for placement opportunities for those individuals that are disabled into different workplaces. So much so that when they complete their studies as well, they are not going to go back home and just sit down hoping that something will happen. Granted, it is very difficult for everybody to access jobs, but you will see that it is even much more difficult for people with disability, and it is because of the approach of the entire society.
Let them give priority to a disabled person, a person with disability in the family. Let the person be educated up to a high level, so that he or she can help himself and help others.
The discrimination should not start from home. Let them take the people to be equal to others in dignity and in rights and duties that they owe to this state, and that the people will have to be independent, and they should not keep them so that they become in future parasites. Let them give them, ensure the kids have these requisite skills to pick up a job here, or do some little business and really live independent, and even contribute to the family dinner table. Yes, married, lead a descendant, bring up their own children who may not be disabled, or even if they too are disabled, they should be able to cater for them.
We decided also to enlighten stakeholders like GCCI, National Training Authority, Gambia Tourism Board, the hotels, schools, or the hotel industry, and some other key partners like the MOTA, Ministry of Trade, Regional Integration and Employment, Social Welfare Department, the Ministry of Justice, the National Assembly. We enlighten all these people about the existence of this project.
The government as the policy maker when it comes to employment, that is the employers themselves as the people who provide employment, and then the employees or the trade unions. So from its very inception, the ILO has been very confirm and clear on the role that employees have to play, employers have to play, that government have to play. We have been encouraging our members and the general employment class here to employ people with disability.
If you employ a potential person with disability, you will never regret it. You will never regret it. Sometimes to employ persons with disability at the beginning is a problem. But the moment you get into it, because we do what we should do wholeheartedly.
People with disability would be the first to tell you that disability does not mean inability. And we are very conscious of the fact that none of us is born with any skills. We learn all these skills. If somebody is visually impaired, that does not prevent him from learning other skills or from learning generally.
People thought that with the blindness I would not be able to do a lot of things. But with some training in mobility and orientation, and then with a bit of the knowledge of Braille, and then later on computer, and even typing, people knew I could still deliver at the workplace. For the home, with orientation and mobility, I could still move around, find my way through certain things, and at other times I needed to be guided by individuals. So it would only be necessary for me to hold somebody's arm in a particular way, and then we'll be going. Otherwise, I have a white cane, which I use when people are not at hand, or when I really feel I should do something on my own. And I do. So I can say I do a lot of things independently. Yes.